There is a world made up of numbers, a world where you have to be the smartest or the fastest, a world connected by radio waves and fiber optic cables, a world where you can make money if you think you know what the future holds, a world of fear and desire where you can win or lose. I call this world Planet Finance. Wandering around Planet Finance, I arrived all the way on the other side of the coin because as a trader, the pursuit of strategy has become a daily structure across Planet Finance. And almost every participant carries a different opinion about what a strategy is supposed to look like. Some prefer discretion, some prefer systems, some trust indicators, others trust price behavior alone. And over time, the debate continues expanding, participants constantly discussing what works and what no longer works. Many transition from one strategy to another weekly, sometimes monthly, always searching for alignment between expectation and outcome. And across social media, the conversations continue endlessly. Trend lines no longer work, indicators are lagging, SMC is the future, Elliott wave reveals everything, price action is king. Quantitative systems are superior, and on and on. But when observed carefully from a neutral perspective, something interesting begins to emerge. Most of these concepts were created decades, sometimes centuries ago. Some continue evolving, others remain foundational. And across years of observing this debate from inside Planet Finance, what became increasingly difficult to ignore was this. Maybe the deeper question is not simply about what works and what does not, because inside a world built entirely on numbers, yet often approached visually like shapes, the gap between working and not working can sometimes reflect the gap between understanding and execution, between awareness and misalignment. And here is what that observation eventually revealed. Perhaps many of these debates are not truly about strategies at all. Maybe many of them are rooted in identity. Belief systems, emotional attachment, the need for certainty, the desire to defend a personal framework rather than question it. And once viewed from that angle, many things begin looking different. Are participants supposed to spend most of their energy debating or building in a world of numbers? Why does memorization so often dominate creation? Why do so many participants inherit systems without attempting to understand the mechanics beneath them? And perhaps the deepest question becomes this: why does quantitative thinking still remain less common than pattern memorization inside an environment driven entirely by volatility, probability, liquidity, and mathematical movement? But perhaps Planet Finance simply reflects human nature itself. Human beings naturally search for patterns. Recognition creates familiarity. Familiarity creates comfort, and comfort creates conviction. Yet the tape continues evolving, regardless of conviction. A stochastic machine, a world where trillions circulate daily through uncertainty, a living mechanism expressing itself continuously through expansion, compression, accumulation, distribution, liquidity providers, and liquidity takers. And perhaps that is why rhythm becomes more important than opinion over time. At XAU.FX, the objective is not to decide what participants should believe, nor to declare one framework superior to another. The commitment is simply to encourage clearer observation of Planet Finance itself. Because ultimately, this remains a free world of participation and choice, the choice between bidding or endlessly memorizing, quantitative awareness or pure discretion, survivability or emotional looping. And regardless of the path chosen, the tape itself remains emotionally neutral. It does not reward opinions, it rewards rhythm. And if you are operating in rhythm with Planet Finance, support the documentary so more participants navigating this world can begin observing the machine differently. And leave a comment saying rhythm if you are choosing structure, awareness, and long-term alignment moving forward. Thank you, Planet Finance.